Well, hello everyone, and welcome or welcome back to Life of Wonders. This is Polo, and I love making videos of dolls, toys, and Disney collectibles. And as always, if you like this kind of content and you feel like supporting the channel, then you already know what to do. So today we have a very special unboxing and detail review because we're just about to unbox the very first designer princess doll by the Disney store, or actually Shop Disney, right now, that was released back in 2011. So we're traveling back in time 13 years back, and this is a very magical moment. I mean, this is going to be a present for my sister, but obviously I really wanted to share the review and everything along with all of you, and then maybe I will also be making a comparison with the very first designer doll and the last designer doll of Snow White, or maybe all the designer dolls all together, because you know that I collect them, majority, most of it. Like, seriously, there's just a few that I don't have, but I do have most of the designer dolls because Disney for me is just such a reference, and so it's one of my priorities when I am collecting, whether it is like very very attached to how they are depicted in the animation, or just going with different designs such as this one, which is the first ever designer one. And then we can see that they decided to go along with the decade or the time period in which the movie was released, because even though the Brothers Grimm tale happened back in the, I believe, the 18th century or so, seriously, I mean, you can definitely feel that the aesthetic here is more of that of the 1940s Hollywood golden era, and Snow White was released back in 1937, so it completely makes sense. So it's a really nice reimagination that it's very elegant, and it has those touches that I very much love. At the time, again, this was released back in 2013. It was the very first, so everything, I mean, everything that happened afterwards is just like so very iconic, but this was like the first take for the creators of the first attempt of a fashion doll, of a quality fashion doll by the artists from Shop Disney. So yeah, and it's very hard to find like an out of the box kind of like, it's actually very hard to find a review at all. So anyway, I will be sharing that. I will also be sharing like comparisons between the very first and the very last designer doll of the same character, if not all the designer dolls from the same character in hand that I do have in my collection. So anyway, I love the boxes that they proposed, and I wish they were doing that. I know cost related effectiveness, it's going to feel different, but at the time they proposed these really cool metacrylate window displays that were like the best that I've seen so far. And so for the base, it was beige, and it had this faux damask textured filigree, and then we have the plaque with this Snow White in a really nice font, and then there's this dust cover, and in the dust cover we find the artwork created at the time. I think that the creation of all these sphere of artwork pieces for Disney princesses was created by Steve Thompson, which is a legend, who's a legend, among collectibles in those terms. And then here we can read Disney Princess Designer Collection, the first ever. And then we have these three icons here. I love the sketch. There were also like lithographs and other merchandise that incorporated them as well. And then here we have designer doll, and then as we move it to one of the sides, here we have like a combination of the artwork as well, so beautiful. And then on the back we have this really nice creative sketch, as if as if it was like a high fashion creation, which in reality it was, but in the shape of a doll. And I'm going to be reading what it says here. So this elegant designer collection doll was carefully crafted by Disney artists to reimagine the magic and style of the classic Disney princesses. Inspired by the iconic fashions of these beloved characters, this doll was brought to life with thoughtful attention to detail to uniquely capture the essence of each princess, creating a one-of-a-kind doll that will be a treasured keepsake of collectors, Disney fans, and every princess at heart. Well, that's very cute, although I feel more like a prince, but I get the idea. And then right over here we have again like a designer sort of like a sketch and the ideas behind it, like and you know, the incorporation certain things such as rooted eyelashes, red jewel bow, headband, classic style that is again very 1940s Hollywood era extravaganza, the halter with a shirt bust, the blue rhinestones on bodies, the white gloves, very very high white gloves, flowy cape, which is going to be so much bigger out of the box, and you will see in a moment. And this is like intact, and I am taking everything out of the box, so in my reviews you can just see it all out and you know, out and about 360, so in all its glory, and I really hope you appreciate that. Then we have the apple shaped clutch, and this is like the final result. And then, well, at the time the retail price in the US was like 59 50 US dollars. I believe, because I perfectly remember, even though it's been like 13 years, that in the UK it was 49.99 Great Britain pounds, and then 74.50 Canadian dollars, which was the exact conversion at the time. You know that Canadian dollars are not the same in value as US dollars, and that is why. But it was not more expensive. It's just that Canadian dollars have another value in conversion. So and anyway, here we have like another combination of the artwork pieces. And yeah, now I will take the dust cover and we'll proceed with the unboxing. Alright, so here we have taken the dust cover off, and we can see how the doll is displayed on the inside of the metacrillate cabinet, which is just so amazing. And as I was saying, it's just open on the top, it's open on both sides. It has a very beautiful background that is kind of like muted, so the doll actually pops really well from, like, you know, the background thing is all very elegant. It's great. You could actually stack these boxes on top of each other and side by side, creating like a shelving space if you didn't have the space as such. So it was like an all-in-one thing, and that is why I'm missing this so very much. So here you can appreciate how she looks. Again, the dress is in the cape and everything is very tight in, so not as flowy as I guess it's going to feel as I take her out. And then on the back, I will show you, we have this beautiful piece of artwork as well, of everything combined as we saw it as part of the dust cover. And here we have the certificate of authenticity of 6,000 pieces that were created. So yeah, so cool. I love it. I really love it, and she looks magnificent. So I will proceed to take her out of the box very carefully, and I'll be back to you in no time. Okay, and before I continue, I also want to show you that you could definitely open the display window and just appreciate your doll even further, even if you didn't want to take her completely out of the box. So that is like a possibility if you were to collect them and just keep them the way they are. This comes like completely full with like you know, tissue paper, I'm guessing, underneath, so it's all full, but you can enjoy your doll still, like, you know, very nicely this way, although I am just taking all out, because I feel that it's going to feel so amazing once I do it. But this is how she looks, still anchored in this really nice base. Yeah, so amazing. So amazing. She looks already so incredibly amazing, but I really can't wait to see her from the back, with the cloak, or the robe, the cape just draping away. Yeah, anyway, so that is what I'll do, but I thought I would show you how it looks still as part of the packaging, but without the glare. And here she is, completely free from the box. And as I was expecting, I mean, the doll is gorgeous, but then the outfit is so much better, so much more flowy and dramatic out of the box that it was, on display. And I really hope that you enjoy exploring it up close, as we're just about to do. I am very much in love with this doll, seriously. And I think that my sister is going to be so happy. She loves Snow White, and yeah. So anyway, starting with, well, we'll start from the top, moving all the way down. She came with the net for the hair that I didn't even know it was there, but I removed it, and I, just with my fingers, because I thought it would be like super hard, but in fact it isn't. It's like a really nice, I would say, nylon, and then it has a bit of product around, towards the end, but it's not. I mean, it's not solid, and it's giving us this golden Hollywood era silhouette, keeping like the short style for Snow White, but in this inspired time period, I would say. And then the face coat and the screening is everything. She's giving us like a side glance with a very light makeup with a bit of blush, a lavender eyeshadow, and then she's got rooted eyelashes, but not as dramatic as for the other princesses, such as Pocahontas or Rapunzel, for instance. These are very short in a way, and combined with painted eyeglass sorry eye lashes that look so amazing. And she's given me Silkstone Barbie in a way, because of how gorgeous and classic she looks. I love her more. I love her more than what I was expecting, really. And especially out of the box, this is just so amazing, the way the hair, anyway. And then we have this ribbon headband that it's bejeweled with rhinestones in red. Beautiful. I'll show you the back in just a moment. And then moving down, well, her lips are super red and very vibrant, and I love that. And she's looking innocent yet very stylish, all time elegance, I would say. And then we find the cloak, and this is actually made out of like the best satin I've experienced out of any given collector doll. I think this was like the very best. It's just like amazing, the reflection of the light, how really soft it is, and it's doubled, and it's completely finished, and as you can see, it's doubled and it's super big. So this is how big the cloak, or yeah, basically it is. And it has like a bit of a snap there, and you can actually use this for any other Snow White doll, and it will be magnificent, because it's a really dramatic cape. And yeah, so amazing. Then we have the gloves, which are high opera gloves in like a white. With the time, I think they've yellowed, probably it's a bit creamy right now, over time, but I think it goes incredibly well with especially the aesthetics of the 1940s. And I love the halter top with the bodies, the ruching right over here, the silhouette that they created for just keeping her bodies, but just making it more around that time period. And then the rhinestones in blue, similar to the ones that we find here, which are given Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. And then we find her clutch, and I thought that the clutch would be actually attached with elastics, and it was, but there's also like this piece of plastic for her to grab it and hold it in place, which is just so amazing. And then it also has rhinestones all around, and then a little zipper or opening right there. Is not functional, but it's really nicely painted, and I just love that so much. And then we find this skirt, which is amazing. I mean, this was like tucked in like so. I mean, probably it was like as small as something like, I cannot even reproduce it anymore because this is just so big and so nice. It reminds me of the signature version of Snow White by Mattel back in the 90s, and it's again made out of this really incredibly nice yellow, but with a hint of gold satin material that is double. And nowadays we don't even find this like double layered. It's just the one single thing. Sometimes it's hemmed, sometimes it's not. The only thing is that tea-ties were used, and so I would have preferred thread because that damages a bit the material. But anyway, even though it's double, then we have this other layer that is just like a standard, not plasticky, but standard satin material in yellow, in a darker yellow tone. And then we have this glorious petticoat that will secure, even though it came with a lot, like I will show you just a moment. It came with all this paper underneath. I don't think it was, I mean, it was probably needed to keep it all like super full, but this is going to keep it super full as well, because it's a petticoat that goes all the way down and it has a lot of volume. And this is what I'm missing from today's gowns in a way. And then she comes with the standard body at the time for the Disney princesses, with bend and snap knees, heels, and then the heels are just like basic as they were at the moment in yellow. But anyway, so beautiful. And I was expecting probably the whole thing being like in a weird position, but thankfully it wasn't. It was really nicely placed. Right now I just bent one of the knees. There's that over there was like a plastic thing, but sometimes it's even worse, and so it's not as bad at all. And this is how it looks, just in general. I mean, it's just so magnificent. It's so dramatic. And then I will show you the back of it. I'm going to grab her, and I'll go, well, just first of all, look at how everything drapes behind her, and how really big and poofy and everything is. It's just wow, magnificent. And it flows, and as you can see, you don't need the stuffing underneath, just the petticoat does it all. And then this is like the back. So basically this is how the hairstyle looks from the back. It's giving me hairspray. The musical in a way, but it's just like very very darling to see her like so, especially from the front. And wow, I mean, she's a magnificent doll. I am super happy with her. My sister is going to be so over the moon now that I've taken her out of the box, and she can enjoy it even more. And I really really hope you've enjoyed this review of the whole unboxing process along with me. And if you have, don't forget to give me a like, subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out on any of the future videos, and please let me know what you think in the comment section down below, because I will be very interested to know, and I will definitely get back to all of you. For now, stay safe, and I'll see you all very very soon. Bye bye.